Mistakes I have made as a beginner trader. Where do we start? As a new trader myself, I'm at a place where I'm recognising the mistakes that I've made and are still making. When learning anything, I think it's so important to reflect on yourself and your progress. So here are 6 mistakes that I've made and are still making while trading. Number 1, revenge trading. So what's the definition of revenge trading? Revenge trading is an emotional response after a trader suffers a significant loss. So this can lead to overtrading and then put the trader in a worse position than they were before. So I personally have blown up a few accounts from revenge trading, and it's terrifying how quickly it can happen without even you realising what's going on. So the best way I find to avoid revenge trading is to have a certain amount of losing trades before you call it a day. Let's be honest, if you're on 3-4 trades in a row, it's obviously not working. Call it a day, turn your computer off, go and do something else. So my personal trade limit is 2. So if I've had 2 losers in a row, that's it, I'm done. I know for me, mentally I'm not going to be in a position to be making smart decisions. But if you do ever feel the urge to continue trading, just jump on the sim. Jump on sim trading, get out all your urges that you need. A lot of the time you'll find that the trades that you would have been taking would have been a loss anyway, and that makes you feel a little bit better. So yeah, don't revenge trade. If you've had a big loss or a few losses in a row, call it a day. If you still want to trade, jump on the sim. Number 2, not backtesting or sim trading for long enough. I find it's very common to have win streaks of 1 to 2 weeks in a row sometimes, which tends to give you the impression that you've discovered the best strategy ever and you're an absolute god trader. But then as soon as you jump into live trading, that win streak now becomes a losing streak and you're pulling your hair out, wondering what's happened. The strategy obviously doesn't work, and then you're then on to the next strategy, which is a whole nother issue. You're always going to have losing streaks in trading, that's inevitable. But if you're backtesting for at least 1 to 2 months, the more the better, to be honest. When you then go into live trading, you'll be confident in your strategy and you won't freak out when you have that inevitable losing streak, which will happen, I promise you it will happen. Number 3, not using a prop firm and losing your own money. So when moving from sim trading to real money trading, on paper nothing's changed. You should be trading just as well in the live account as to what you was in the sim account. But unfortunately, beginner traders, including myself, fail to realise how much a role emotions play in your trading. As soon as it's real money and real risk, the way you trade just changes. You become overcautious and your strategy just goes out the window. So now I use a prop firm to trade with, and it just eliminates that large risk, but there's still that potential to earn real money. So if you don't know what a prop firm is, it's essentially a company that will give you funding to trade with if you can trade profitably and you don't have to risk your own capital. You pay a small fee for them to evaluate your trading. You have a profit target to hit, of course, and you've got to keep to a few rules. Then if you pass, they give you money to trade with. You then keep 90% of the profits from your trades. I personally use Topstep as my prop firm, and I'm currently trying to pass my evaluation to gain 50k in funding. I'm currently halfway to my profit target, and I share all my trades, winners and losers, here on YouTube if you want to follow along. So certainly an interesting journey. I'll leave a link in the description if you wanted to check out Topstep and look at getting your own funding for your trading. Number 4, poor risk management. I would regularly, and still do, move my stop losses. I end up taking on more risk, stopping up my trades early. It's a normal emotion to fight with. Obviously you're fearful, you doubt yourself, and it's still part of the psychology of becoming a better trader. But if you come up with a risk management plan, then stick to it. Do not move it, change it, alter it, just leave as it is. And also make sure your risk to reward is best set up for your win rate. So just quickly looking at this sheet here, the percentage rate is in green is what you need to be break even, basically. So that's the bare minimum win rate you need at the risk to rewards specified. So 1 to 1, obviously you need to be right at least 50% of the time to be break even. I personally go for a minimum of 2 reward, which means to break even I've got to have a win rate of 33%. My average reward's about 2.9 I think at the minute, which means I have to be closer to 25% to break even. So it means I only have to be right 25% of the time to make sure I'm profitable over the long run, which 25% of the time isn't that hard in reality, do you know what I mean? My win rate at the minute is around 40%, definitely needs improving, but I'm still profitable. But until I nail down my risk to reward, I wasn't consistently profitable. But yeah, have a play around, and you just need to make sure you find the balance of your perfect risk to reward and your win rate, because obviously the higher reward you're taking, more than likely the lower win rate you're achieving. So have a play around and see what works best for you. Number 5, not documenting my trades. I was very stubborn with this at the start, and I just didn't see the need to be documenting my trades. I don't know why, I just didn't think it was necessary. But if you don't, you have no idea what your win rate is. You won't have any idea what days you trade the best on, what days you trade the worst on, and there's other patterns that you can pick up on, which regularly reviewing can help tailor your trading strategy and just help you perform the best that you can. So I'll just briefly show you the sheet that I have set up, which I record all my trades on, has all the data that I need to know. And then on this other tab, it's got it all nicely laid out so I can have a good look at the overview, see what my win rate is, 41% at the minute. That's over 17 trades. So even though I've only had 7 wins and 10 losses, I'm actually 1,300 in profit. I can see what days work best for me. So Mondays I don't trade, so there's no information there. So obviously there's not a great deal of data on this sheet at the minute, but the more data that's on there, the more clear of a picture I'll get. So at the minute you can see Wednesdays is not a good day for me. 1 win, 3 losses. I tend to do better on longs. But yeah, just having that, it's just very helpful to have a good oversight of how your trading's doing overall. Number 6, over trading. I used to take 10 plus trades a day. Now I limit myself to 2, but if my first one was a win, I just tend to call it a day there. Everyone's different, but it's important to set boundaries for yourself. If it's not a trade quantity limit, then make it a time-based limit. So maybe you only trade for 1 or 2 specific hours in a day. You need a lot of focus when you're trading, and you just won't have that much focus all day long. For me, I find that quality over quantity is far better. But that's the mistakes that I've made in the past and still regularly make and try and keep on top of. Maybe some of them are your mistakes too. But what's important is that we realise those mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and become a better trader. If you like this video, give it a like on my new channel and it will really help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.